Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Spiritual Ranch on the other side of the mountain. And, oh God, what was I thinking? I don't even know. Welcome to it all, man. It's been a wild ride. Anyhow, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and do this. Is now, I guess, this is the end of the day, right? And so it's like the day's winding down. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day for you. And we're just going to go ahead and check in on the energies of, we could do, um, what's next? How about that? We'll ask Spirit, we'll say, hey, Spirit, what's next? And so what's next, right? And because we've been making a lot of moves, making a lot of transitions, kind of going through a lot of growth, and we've all been experiencing this together. And it's been a really great journey. And so what's next? Because honestly, with that Fool card coming out as often as it has, and the tone of the conversation being around the fact that we're in the middle of a reset right now, I think that in the position of being in a reset, that's great for us to ask what's next, right? What is next? I mean, if we're going to reset this thing, so we know what things have already been, right? So a reset is that point of where we start over again, right? And so it's like now we've had a lot of aspects of our paths illuminated to us, and so we're well informed, and we're going to reset, and so we're going to step into our next journey here. And so we'll ask Spirit, what's next? Thank you for joining me. I am Shesh, not the way. That's she who whispers loudly with a sharpened tongue. I'm the off-grid oracle, Jojo, out here in Northern California, having the same experience of ascension as you are, I think, because I know that a lot of us are on a similar journey right now. And so, thank you for joining me. And intuitively, and just kind of where my energies have been on the path and on the process, because it's been a long journey, is we're coming to that tail end of it, and so we're healing. Like we're healing so that we could heal, and this has been a big tone of the year, but like there's no point in saying something unless it's backed by action, and our healing is backed by action, and so there's no saying to us, even to ourselves, that that's not true. And so good work. The only way that you could get the most use out of a reset is if you step into that reset fully healed. Especially if that reset right now is into a time like we're stepping into, because the entire world around us is resetting. It's not just us alone. And that's why there's been so much things in the world that seemingly are difficult to understand, that don't make sense, that need to be healed. And we've been on a real crash course of that, because it's like now we got to be healed, or we have to at least start that healing journey in order to get the most growth out of this reset period. So it's like as we reset, that's like kind of like once you get the wound sutured, so as long as we could get it sutured right now, that's what we're trying to work on. It's like basically we're kind of like spiritual doctors out here, and there's a bunch of energies that need to be healed, that are trying to heal, and they're kind of bleeding out, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like the whole collective right now, our collective spiritual energies of the ethers, everything is bleeding out, and we're here to patch them holes up, right? And at least before it's too late, and so it's like we're doing it, we're getting close. And so in these next couple months, we're coming to a period now where we're gonna start healing really. Now it's not a matter of just patching up the it's not that we're not just field dressing wounds out here, because it has been total warfare, but we're getting ready to hit that point where I think the cards are going to fall, that tower is going to fall, and we haven't seen that tower much these last couple of days, so it has been falling, because it's been that tower energy has been extremely prevalent in the energies of the ethers, big time. And so, but not these last couple of days. These last 2 days, there's been a lot more of a celebratory energy, a little bit more of a growth-oriented energy, and of a starting over again energy, right? A little bit. Depends on what energies you're talking about. I've done a lot of reads, and so it's like once you see them all, I guess. but the energies have been changing. They've been lightening up, and so we're still seeing a lot of that, the Wheel of Fortune, and we're still seeing a lot of, they have Six of Cups, a lot of the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of the Justice card, a lot of the Judgment card. We're seeing the Ten of Swords, Death, the Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Kind of usual characters here in this year's narrative, in this whole deal, the journey that we've been on, right? And so, thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards. All right, Spirit, thank you for joining us, Spirit. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Brother God, for everything that you grant to us. Thank you for the guidance that you give us. Thank you for the love that you give us. We feel it, we need it, and we love you back in return. It's been a real big healing journey for us this year, and we really appreciate the way that you have really helped us along the path, right, guys? Right? Always pray to Mother God, and Father God Most High, and always say thank you to your spirit team, because like I was talking about, like when we do like their spirit team to our spirit team read, each and every one of us is a spiritual empire, and so it's like you got to really give a lot of reverence to the ones that in your spiritual empire who are working underneath you, right? I got no very big logs over there though, so they can't fly down the mountain, The collective energy is right now, though, collectively, whatever's been holding us back has been put down. That I could feel that. I could really feel that in the energies, strongly in the ethers, right, in the energies. But yeah, also in my own personal life, of course, but strong. I can feel it really in the energies right now, and in the cards. The cards are really speaking on that, and so. There's been a big period of waiting. It's been that hold energy. I've been like hold, and so we've been in a real strong energy of trying to wait, and it's like we've been tested just a little bit more just to see, if we'd learned our lessons, and we've really proven that we have, and so now we don't have to wait. That's the energy I'm getting, and so it's like whatever it is. That we do right now, we're going to do it with the best intent in our minds, in our hearts, and our souls. And so it's like when we approach it, the outcome is going to be a good outcome, no matter what. We're gonna walk away and go, hey, that was cool. I'm glad I did that. We're not going to have a whole lot of expectations, and the ability to do so. That's that full energy. We're going to receive a lot. We don't have to have expectations in life anymore, because like we've had our expectations backfire on us in a way that that has blocked our ability to see the truth, the sword of truth right there, right? And so it's like right now we're free. Truth will set you free, and so we really, really are free. Like those of you who have been joining me on this journey here together, we're gonna move into a different energy now in this collective, where we're going to operate from a place of freedom, and we're not going to feel no longer bound to the things in the past that had us doubting ourselves, because that's what we've been processing, and so it's like we've done that. We really have that. We really are having that wish right there to be the truth, to know the truth, granted to us, and that's why we sleep good at night now. That was 858 right there, and that's why we sleep good at night right now, And so it's like 858 is that ability to walk away from the things that weren't serving us, that were causing us conflict in our life. By taking that action, walking away from that, right? Then we were able to break ourselves free from the things that we could not see around us, that were keeping us in a position where we couldn't do the work that God was asking us to do. 858. So we no longer have that confusion. We don't have that clutter. We don't have that lack of self-worth that is actually comes off very arrogant, because that's a 5. And we've struck a balance, we've walked away from the things that don't serve us now. You know, 'cause it's like with that 5 of Cups, you know, we're not crying about that shit no more. We don't care about that shit no more. We put it away. And so now we're in a position that we can really do our temple path work. Mm-hmm. And be a sword truth. It's a, yeah, that's the tone around here. It is what we talk about. But it's the most important message right now that everybody needs to hear. We got the world card on the break. It's that message that everybody needs to hear. On the split right there. You know, and it really is. That's the times that we're in right now. We're in a very revolutionary time, and if we waste this opportunity dilly-dallying with things that are soap opera, then we're not going to be paying attention to the reality that is around us, and we're going to lose that opportunity to form it into what we know to be the most best serving the truth. You know, because we know that right now, currently, the only thing that we do know right now, most truthfully, is that we're being lied to. And if you disagree with me, put that in the comments. Definitely explain to me how it is that you could defend your position of us being living in a world that's truthful. Seriously, I would challenge you. I would challenge you. Please do. You know. Otherwise, maybe we can come up with a solution together. If we all could recognize that that is the problem, we come up with a solution together. Huh? How's that sound? And so we're going to ask Spirit, what's next? What's next, Spirit? I love you guys. Best friends, you know. Spirit, hey, Spirit, what's going next, you know? Go ask your people and ask them to say, tell us what's going next. Cool. Spirit says 10 of Pentacles. Says the 10 of Pentacles is coming next. They've been saying that, you know, and so, but like with 10 of Pentacles, we got to understand 10 of Pentacles is self-worth. 10 of Pentacles is like, it's everything that matters. Like I talk about, it's like, it's actually learning how to love, to have like, to value love more than money, you know, is like the 10 of Pentacles. It's like the Pentacles are there, but they're just like a small portion of this picture, you know? They're not the bread and butter of this picture. They're not the meat in that sandwich, you know? They're just kind of dotted through it. The meat in that sandwich is what matters most, you know? And so what this card is telling you is that if we don't have culture, you know, because like what they're telling us what comes next is that we're going to step into a period of time where we're going to get the things that around us, like so it's like there's going to be a change up, like we keep talking about this, you know, but it's not going to affect the things that have true value, you know. And so we're in the process of like what's next, like what's coming next, well, is our ability to provide for ourselves, okay, and abundantly so. But when you provide for yourself, that comes with like a whole different deepness of holistic feeling and like behavior, and like it's a wholesome, nourishing action that is very like fulfilling to your soul, you know, and you can power your soul off of the fruits of your labor. So it's very conductive in that sense, spiritually speaking, because you're creating that loop where you're utilizing the energy that is of your spirit, that is of your soul, right? That also is the fuel that charges your battery. It's the power that's inside of your being, right? And so, but that essence, that fuel, is also then utilized to create, to manifest into the physical by the seeds that you plant, by the seeds that you sow. You know what I'm saying here? And so it's like you're using a divine force, you know, as your battery, as your charge, as your energy, as your force, to create the thing that you then put back inside of yourself, to then fuel that organism that you're in, that is electrified by that power, by that force, you know. And so when we do that, it's very easy for us to receive divine energy and to have a more stronger connection to what is the source, divine source of energy, and we become very powerful beings because we've eliminated any external ability for them to devalue our own internal self-worth. You know, they've infiltrated our empire by getting us to consume their goods, the goods that they provide for us, because it's magic, it's spell work, it's what it is, you know. And so the 10 of Pentacles that we're going to receive is a return back to a more simpler lifestyle where we don't have to be enslaved to buy those magic potions off of them that keep us in under their control and in their power, right, in their hands. Okay. And so that's what's next. Okay, that's what's next with this 10 of Pentacles. And we're going to find a path forward where we can do that. That's very abundant. But the thing is, it's like what we're going to learn very quickly again is that when we choose to live that way, okay, and so it's like it might be something that comes at us unexpectedly, or it's like it's bound to, there's bound to be a hiccup. You know, it's always that way historically speaking. So it's always wise to be prepared for when that might happen, you know. And so, and the opportunity of that, when that system falls, when that tower falls, like we're talking around here, that's going to open that door up, you know, where we're then going to be granted a passage into that world again that will give us more fulfillment, more happiness, you know. It's like if we're not all slaves to the system, slaves to the man, slaves to mammon, slaves to those pentacles right there, because it's the thing is that this is like an illusion in a sense, because if you're looking at this picture, you got them pentacles that are like in the way of you enjoying the full scope of that picture, you know. And so it's kind of like they're not really a part of it, but it's kind of like they're there still and they block your viewing it, you know. And so it's like there's something that's blocking you from fully enjoying that, and that's the need or the thought that you have to have those 10 pentacles to be jack shit. When the most whole ass motherfucker is the one that could get out there and feed their family with their own two fucking hands, man or woman. You know, especially man or woman. And they got the tower right there on the bottom of the deck. And see, it's in the reverse, you guys. It's a boom. All this time I'm sitting there talking 10 pickles with the tower in the reverse. It's exactly what I was just talking about. All right. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what's next. And so this tower is gonna fall, but we keep talking about this tower, and it's in the reverse, and it's covered with an Ace of Pentacles. See, guys, we already had this exact fucking read, man, and I shuffled the cards, but I mean, I'm telling you, with the Wheel of Fortune, that's exactly what that is, you know. And so it's like the energies are being very redundant, you know, and it's just what it is, because that's just what it is. I mean, those are the cards, right? So it's coming, you know. This is another beans and rice read. And we'll see. I'm gonna pull one more card, and then I'm gonna leave this one right here because it's redundant, but it's saying it. It's saying it all, and it's something that we really need to be paying attention to right now, because like those of us who are dude, yeah, it's fucking so redundant. 6 cups with the Knight of Cups, which I guess that's not so redundant. But that's a I mean, it's what it is. It's a reconciliation, right? It's what this is saying is, like I said, we have to learn right now what the opportunity is that we're going to be given here is God's going to teach us again how to love ourselves by not measuring ourselves up to the Joneses, how much fucking coin we got, right? And that's a fucking awesome opportunity. I mean, that's a gift that we really need right now. That's the awakening that we need right now. That's going to really help a lot of people survive this tower, right? Because the chosen ones, we don't worry about that tower. We've been through a lot of towers. And so we've been through a lot of towers, so we can lead now. Because we know, we're like, hey, look, we'll show you how to pick through the rubble and how to fucking solve these problems here. It's just that what we have to really do right now, looking back, is make sure that we preserve and recognize a way to move forward that shows love and reverence to us and ourselves and our future generations, okay? Because that's what we're not doing right now. And I've been thinking, really reflecting on that, because this is legacy, this is generational, you know? And we don't have anybody that's in government that's at all thinking in the terms of like the 7 generations from now, you know? Like we really need to take that into consideration. That's, I mean, that 7 generations, think of all generations from now. and understand that if we don't love ourselves now, we're not going to teach them to love themselves in the future, and money can't buy love. And so that's the big three, the big one. That's what we're really dealing with right now, and we're at a pivotal time that we have to grab this tiger by the tail and really tame it. You know, this is our opportunity to take back our reality, where it's free of this white noise right here that's called money, because we want to live without that shit. Fuck them, you know. So anyhow, peace out, y'all.